Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is here in Maine, a little snowy, or it was yesterday, snowed pretty much all day, but we got like, I don't know, maybe an inch of snow. So as soon as I'm done here, have my breakfast, go out and snow blow. Uh, I regret to inform you that Card Grader AI made a return this past week. A couple of different accounts on Blue Sky. He got outed again on both of the accounts and has deactivated both of his accounts. If you know, you know. Just weird. So maybe the weirdest story I've ever covered on my channel here. Um, we do have some card grading stories today. We have a lot of stories. We're going to jump right in. This is my weekly Clearing the Bases episode where I cover all the things that came up in the past week that I found interesting, but I didn't do a specific video on them. We're just going to cover each of them quickly. It's just kind of quick hit, boom, 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 boom. There's a lot of stuff to cover, so we're going to jump right in. Here comes my screen. There it is. All right, this I hate covering this because it's one dude. It's a small business. This was kind of big news yesterday in the hobby. Card Grading Authenticators posted. Here's the Facebook post. There are a lot of them. I guess he sent out an email to his customers too. It's you can see how long this is. He is basically asking people for money and saying, I don't want you to send more. So let me back up a little bit. Back in, I think, November, he posted a bunch of things about how he needed money. He didn't think he'd be able to stay in business and asked people to start sending more cards and asked for a commitment to send more cards. This is just one dude. And so I just want to be clear. This is not a criticism of card grading authenticators or of this guy. Necessarily, it's if you're running a business and you're begging, I shouldn't say begging, if you're asking your customers for money, you should rethink what you're doing. So he was asking people to send cards back in November. Now he's asking customers to just send money. He literally created a donation link, card grade CGA donation, and he explains how much debt he has, 28,000 just in debt, and how much he pays per week and per month. And he says, we're not looking for more submissions, we're looking for funding. And people started sending him more cards back in November. And what I would encourage you as intelligent collectors and people who like to get your cards graded, if the grading company you have chosen is telling you that they're close to going out of business and they just need you to send more cards, maybe don't send them cards, because there's a good chance you're never going to see those cards again. It's scary how many people, and there are hundreds of comments saying, you've had my cards since March of last year. You've had my cards since June of last year, things like that. And they're not getting them back. And then people are sending them more. And it's not a smart thing to do. And card grading authenticators, I wish them well. I don't see how this is going to end well. And this is probably what bankruptcy is for. Just, I've never owned a business per se. I've never had to file for bankruptcy, thankfully. So this isn't financial advice by any means. But yeah, I mean, you can see all the posts, and he's telling people, don't comment anything negative. That's not how the internet works. So it went around Twitter, it went around Facebook, it went around Blue Sky. This is big news last night. And it's only big news because it's such a crazy situation, not because this is a big grader. They've only graded 50,000 cards in their history, which is like one business day for PSA. Yeah, they asked for donations, got zero. We've already covered all this. Okay, moving along. This guy, I apologize for the language in this tweet. This guy got really mad, tweeted this saying, eBay is getting over, these fees are ridiculous. They need to be shut down. I sold one card for $150, and this is what I got for me. And this was a huge, I mean, he got, I don't know if it shows, 53,000 views on this on Twitter a few days ago. Uh, I tried finding this. This is a 2019-20 Panini Mosaic Charles Barkley Fast Break autograph in a PSA slab. I could not find this card either on 130 Point or eBay sales. It says $132, but then he had to buy the shipping label for $4.38. Did he charge the customer for the shipping label? I don't know. And then he also paid $5 to promote it. And this is standard eBay. You signed up for eBay. You knew what their fees were. You decided to promote the listing and pay to promote it. You decided maybe to not charge your customer for the shipping. It's crazy to say eBay should be shut down and then swear at eBay, excuse me, because you didn't understand their fee structure. This guy, he got, I don't know, so 62 responses from people. Not a single person agreed with him. And everybody agrees eBay fees are high, but also people feel like eBay is kind of the best place to sell cards, especially of this value. And he never responded to any of them. So maybe he was just trolling. Maybe he was just looking. Maybe he's one of these people who's trying to build up enough views so he can, I don't know, monetize his Twitter account, because that's a thing now. Okay. This was another big thing this past week. A Nestor, the card suggester. I don't know who this is. I don't even follow him. Posted on the 9th. Topps has removed the following iconic parallels: Father's Day number to 50, Mother's Day number to 50, black number to 76. And people lost their minds, especially over the black number to 76. And there is no confirmation that this is actually happening. In fact, Big Devers Energy says, can confirm this is for retail. Black Mother's Day and Father's Day will still exist in other boxes, other types of, hobby boxes or whatever. So, but people, today's 3 days later, and people are still tweeting about how terrible it is. And I get it. If you collect black parallels, this would upset you, but maybe wait for confirmation instead of just believing Nestor, the card suggester. I don't know. That's just me. I cannot believe this. I'm in complete shock. There's a lot of tweets like this. I'm not going to go through them. Speaking of outrage, Topps announced that this would be their box cover for Topps Series 1 2025. Well, a lot of people are upset about it because it's Aaron Judge again. People think it should be Bobby Witt, or I don't know. There's just people are. It's the outrage machine. People need to be upset over something instead of. I mean, does anybody collect the box? Do you care about the box? Almost nobody does. I'm going to get a dozen comments now from people say I collect the box. I'm going to show you. I did save the box of my Topps Graphite hobby box. I'm going to cut off the top and put it in the cover of the binder. So, all right, back at it. And I just can't get upset over the box. Now, here's the design of 2025 Topps. I like it a lot. I think it looks awesome on this card. Very, very cool. It does look like they photoshopped his face to be brighter, which is odd. What do you think about that? But the design is killer. I like it a lot. I like yeah. Let me know what you think about that design. Here's another example of it, Bobby Witt and Eric. Those back pages are mad about this because he's not hitting again. And then he did an analysis of how many times Witt has been fielding instead of hitting, or running the bases instead of hitting on his cards. Still, card looks great. Color scheme, great. Here's the judge. Love it. Love it. This one, it's a little pixelated, but great photo. Great photo. With the white here, it's tough to even read what this says. I think it's a slam dunk talent, but it kind of gets the white on the white doesn't work. But aside from that, if you are ripping wax, make sure you have good supplies nearby. This video is sponsored by the Penny Sleever. You can get the best supplies in the industry, 10% off, using my code JWH at checkout. You can also get free shipping on orders over $59. Link is in the description of this video at thepennysleever.com. I use them. They are the best. There's no question in my mind. Here's 2024 Topps Archives, right? I think this is Topps Archives. They spelled Yaz's name wrong. I know it's a hard name to spell, but they spelled it wrong on the front and the back of the card. it's they should be embarrassed. They won't be, of course, but they should be. All right, here's the first appearance of I Am Meatballs. This is a reprint, as labeled in the title. Jordan, LeBron, number to 23, dual autograph, patches, etc. Card is a reprint. It sold for $2,050. And Meatballs is asking, does this one make it through eBay's authenticity guarantee since it was listed as a reprint? And I think this is a fantastic question. I don't know the answer. If anybody knows, and I've covered the authenticity guarantee many times, I know a lot of loopholes. I'm not aware of this one. If you know, let me know in comments. PSA 10 Ricky Henderson. I actually have this right here. Current bidding. This is a Henderson rookie. Perfect timing, by the way, to put this out to auction. Current bid is at 57.5. This is a card that usually goes for like 140 to 160-ish, roughly, and there's still a week to go. This one ends next Sunday night. 57.5. What do we think this goes for? Does this one clear 180? I don't think one has ever sold publicly for more than 180. But right after his passing, maybe it will. And then I just love this card. Someone's going to get a massive bargain. Look at the eye appeal of this Cracker Jack Shoeless Joe card. It's authentic, and this is, who is this? REA says it's because of trimming on multiple sides. And you can kind of tell either that or it's a diamond cut. Just an amazing card that's going to go for way less than it would if it hadn't been trimmed and it got like a 3 or a 4 grade. Current bidding is at 12.5. Oh man, look at that Lou Gehrig with a great signature. The card looks pretty nice. Coming up in their February Platinum auction. And then we have this stunner Cy Young green portrait. Oof. PSA 8. That's a beauty. Someday I'll be wealthy. I'm going to manifest it. All right. Again, Meatballs making a couple of really good appearances here. Posts this Cy Young signed personal pipe. I think this is on Live Auctioneers, maybe. You can see it's signed there. And really nice, what appears to be Sharpie. Yep, yep. Good, good. And then died 1955. Oh, Sharpies were invented in 1964. How weird. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. This is funny. One of my 5 cards in this Panini pack is points. What is this? A lot of people are explaining to him, like, those are in place of a hit, and you can trade these in on Panini for about $5 to $6 for 150 points. So this is worth like $10 maybe. And then you need to pay shipping to have them ship you the card that you should have pulled. What a scam, you guys. Here's another guy. I buy a box that is guaranteed an auto, but y'all give Panini points instead. Go to redeem and I have to pay another $11 for shipping for an auto that should have been included in the box. Guys, stop buying Panini. All right, got a lot of articles here that I'm going to put in my newsletter this week. Serena Williams, Alexis Ohanian, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so Carlos Alcaraz article. And then we have this kid, Texas kindergartner, goes viral for finding Paul Skeens card. It's pretty adorable. You got to watch the video. eBay announces Facebook Marketplace partnership. Whatnot valuation. I would talk about this today, but I just don't care. I only talk about things that I care about. So he's the NFL player. She gets the autograph requests. Yeah, I haven't read this article yet, but it'll be in my newsletter tomorrow. And then this is my latest for SI.com, 7 vintage baseball cards under $1,000. This is the key here, guys. You have to be able to get them for under $1,000. I got a lot of tweets last night saying, why didn't you include the 48 Jackie? Why didn't you include the why? And I had to respond to all of them. You can't get them for under $1,000. I mean, I mentioned this a million times in the article. Anyway, that'll be linked at the top of my newsletter tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed. Junkwaxhero.com. You can see all the articles. I write 2 a week typically. And then I have something else. Oh, yeah. So last week, this is part of the collection that my friend Oliver went to visit. And I showed all the photos in the article. Junkwaxhero.com. Go read it. Sign up. It's a bonkers collection. It's a woman in her 80s who lives in Maine. And coming up, let me close that. Oh yeah, this is Heritage almost tripled their number of sales in the last 5 years. So I thought that was interesting. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, I have an interview with this gentleman. Insane bobblehead collection. Just look at that. And this isn't all of it, by the way. So I got a lot of details from him. Put that in my newsletter as well. Okay. This was sold by Vegas Dave. This is the Trout. Sold it for $3.93 million. We know this. And now Ryan Green posted that it's now in a PSA slab in a 910. So they crossed it. It used to be Beckett 910. Now it is PSA 910 because of the decline of Beckett. This was funny. We're into the fun stuff now, I think. We have a bunch of fun stuff this week. This guy dropped off cards at GameStop, who sent them into PSA. And he says, pretty sure whoever graded these really likes the number 8, I guess because he got a bunch of 8s. Is there a way to remove bias from grading? And he tagged Nat Turner, who burned him by saying, or maybe they're 8s. And then Nat was responding to all kinds of tweets in the comments, which is funny because he has ignored all of my tweets about the fact that he has a $2,500 trimmed card in a PSA slab. This is Dan the Yazman. I have covered his card room 3 times on my channel, and he did a video where he went through his room. This will also be in my newsletter this week. Just an amazing, amazing card room. Maybe the best card room I've ever seen. And then here's just a photo of it at night with one light on. It looks awesome. All right, Wemby signing his first ever pro basketball card. Topps tweeted this out, and it's a video from a while back, probably a year ago, maybe. signing his first ever pro basketball card. And the guy who owns it tweeted, "It's safe at the PSA vault." And there it is. I thought that was cool. Somebody tweeted this out. Affordable Ken Griffey Jr. auto for sale. Cincinnati Reds uniform. I agree. I have a large Ken Griffey Jr. card collection in a binder, but I end my collection when he left the Mariners. I only want the Mariners, kind of like with Pedro. I'll take him in an Expos uniform, a Dodgers uniform, and a Red Sox uniform, but I don't want him in a Mets uniform or Phillies. That's just me. Okay, this is somebody tweeted, "Let's do your favorite autograph you have." And Mike tweeted, "I sent them into the players in the mail when I was a kid and they returned them. That's the best part." Look at this Satchel Paige, 53 tops. 64 tops Giants, Koufax autographed. Love these stories of people TTMing cards 60 years ago, however many years ago. Amazing. All right, I had to turn off for a second. Where was I? Let's close that. Okay, complete 6-inch binder of 2024 Topps Series 1, 2, an update with basic insert sets. 2,027 cards. Look at how thick that is. 20 insert sets, the trading card day set, the Costco set, and 5 factory set variation cards. That's crazy. This is the Ohtani Trout autographed 2023 WBC ball where he struck out Trout. Sold for more than $7,000. It feels, if this is legitimately, the ball where he struck him out, why did this only sell for $7,000? This feels like, I don't know, should be worth far, far more. Let me know. This was funny. Beckett price check, January 1990. I enjoy these Junk Wax Heroes, unrelated to me. I know, similar last name, but not me. Posted, he does a lot of these. The Bill Ripken error, the FF error, was worth 20, but the whiteout was worth 40. And I assume that one's more scarce, maybe. Scribble is worth 20, same as the error. Yeah, and I don't know what the production numbers were. I'm sure I could look at the PSA pop and find out, but I also don't really care. I just found it interesting. This card, I just thought was awesome. On-card autograph, great photo. Shohei, very cool card. And this guy just tweeted, "Is this one of the greatest feelings to find a bunch of forgotten cards? These have been in here for a while." Yeah, I love finding cards I've forgotten about. Like, I was going through, I've got a cabinet right here, and it's got a bunch of boxes in it. I was going through, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot all about these cards." One box. It's exciting. I love it. It's like you've just discovered. It's like an attic find. Jason Vass. I had Jason on my channel. Geez, it must have been 2 years ago now. Biggest Ken Griffey Jr. collector in the world. He has like 150,000 unique, or not unique, but 150,000 Griffey cards. And he says he gets asked a lot, why does he collect Griffey? Why does he collect this way, where he has all the same card? And he says, first, it makes me happy. And then he gives 3 more reasons why. And I just felt like it makes me happy is reason enough. You don't need to explain yourself to people. If you're a collector and you find yourself embarrassed or trying to explain to people why, and it makes me happy isn't good enough reason, then it should. It's good enough. This is funny. This person saw this card. This is Caitlin Clark. Saw it on eBay. How are we feeling about this image? Well, I saw it and immediately thought of the girl from the The Last of Us, and I went and I found a photo that almost perfectly matched. Look, it's identical. They're twins. What do you think? Let me know. I just paused this video instead of removing my screen. Let me know in comments what you think about that or anything, really. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great Sunday.